welcome back to my class, Intermediate Grammar. How are you doing? Today we will continue our material. I will remind you that we have learned about simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex, and in the last meeting we discussed about parallel construction. Now, today is time for dangling construction. What is dangling construction? Dangling construction is also called illogical participle modifiers. A participle phrase containing a verb in. A participle phrase can be used to join two sentences with a common subject. For example, number 1, after jumping out of the boat, the man was bitten by the shark. Number 2, preparing breakfast in too much a hurry, she burnt the toast. Number 3, after eating dinner, she cleared the table. Number 4, to study properly, a person should have good light. Number 5, fearless as a youth, he became more timid as he grew older. Last, number 6, at the age of 7, he came to the United States. Okay, when the two phrases do not share a common subject, we call the participle phrase an illogical participle modifiers or dangling construction. As I said before, the example is after jumping out of the boat, the shark bit the man. Such introductory elements usually correspond to the predicate parts of simple sentences. If the subjects that follow cannot serve as the agents, the introductory structures are considered as dangling, that is, left hanging without a specific word to attach to it. Example, preparing breakfast in too much of hurry, the toast was burned. After eating dinner, the table was cleared. Certain introductory participle elements have their own subjects and therefore do not depend on the subject of the sentence for their agent. Example, the flood having ruined their crops. Many farmers in the area decided to give up their farms. The following prepositions commonly precede participle phrases: by, upon, before, after, and while. The example, after preparing the meal, Michelle will read a book. And there are some strategies for revising dangling. The first, name the appropriate or logical order of the action as the subject of the main clause. For example, having arrived late for practice, a written excuse was needed. The possible revision looked like, having arrived late for practice, the team captain needed a right excuse. Because in the first sentence, having arrived late for practice, a written excuse was needed. The question is, who arrived late? This sentence says the written excuse arrived late. To revise, decide who actually arrived late. The possible revision, as I said before, having arrived late for practice, the team captain needed a written excuse. So the main clause now names the person, the captain, who did the action in the modifying phrase, arrived late. The second strategy is change the phrase that dangles into a complete introductory clause by naming the doer of the action in that clause. For example, without knowing his name, it was difficult to introduce him. Question, who didn't know his name? The sentence says that it didn't know his name. To revise, decide who was trying to introduce him. The revision might look something like, because Maria didn't know his name, It was difficult to introduce him. The phrase is now a complete introductory clause. It does not modify any other part of the sentence, so it's not considered dangling. The third, combine the phrase and the main clause into one. For example, the sentence, to improve his results, the experiment was done again. Question, who wanted to improve results? The sentence says that the experiment was trying to improve its own results. To revise, combine the phrase and the main clause into one sentence. The revision might look, he improved his results by doing the experiment again. Yeah, okay, that's the highlight about dangling construction for today. So we'll see you on the next material. Thank you for today and see you.